right now. So, like if we say, check your email, all right?
God, we're live. Give me one moment.
Here in
I.S.U.P.K. 53rd Annual Lord's Passover.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. We's the I.S.U.P.K down in Florida. I'm Captain the 10,000 Shamoy Yahweh. We're here to let you know 53rd Annual Lord's Passover is going to be held down here in Florida. It's going down in South Florida, Cocoa Beach.
Friday, April 15th, 2022.
The lamb, the wine, the brotherhood, sisterhood, you understand? Good music, good weather, palm trees, the whole nine.
This is going to be glorious. Book your hotels now at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites, 301 Tucker Lane, Cocoa Beach, Florida, 32926.
April 15th and the 16th. Don't just book the 15th. Book for the 15th and the 16th.
It's going down Friday, April 15th at the Space Coast Convention Center.
Moses told Pharaoh we need 3 days to be able to go out into the wilderness and serve our power the way he commands. You're going to have to get that up with your boss, with your slave master. So make sure you in the building. Cocoa Beach, Florida, April 15th to 16th, 2022. It's down. We'll see y'all there. Shalom.
144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000.
Hey, shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yosha Barakatam to all the brothers. Yahshemara Tabah Shem Yoshai to all the sisters. I'm priest and officer at 1000 Ariyah with the I.S.U.P.K, which is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We started at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the guidance of Commanding General YAHANNA. And you already know, you understand what we do in the I.S.U.P.K. We teach the truth about of the Bible. You understand? We're waking up the Black, Hispanic, and Native. You understand? But joining with me today, you have Officer 1000, Officer Zabadia, you understand? Officer 500, Shy 1, and Trooper Barakiala, Soldier Barakiala, you understand? We here, you understand? Full force with you. We're going to talk about, you understand? Messiah Christ. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day, man. You understand? Everybody, you understand, that's outside. You understand, people in the world, they're about to celebrate Valentine's Day. We're gonna talk about it today, man. You understand? It's the day of sex. It's the day of chocolate, flowers, and teddy bears. You understand? This is the day that you have a lot of whoredom is out there. You understand? And first of all, no woman should open her legs because a man brought you a box of chocolate. Bought you some flowers that you're gonna open your leg for that man. You understand? Oh, that's the sign of love that you receive from that. He loved me. You understand? You shouldn't open your legs for a box of chocolate. You shouldn't open your leg for a teddy bear, man. You understand? Somebody, before we go even further, somebody bring me to Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. Double question. Understand? Come to class and come learn what love is. Everybody screaming, well, you understand? How come we don't receive love? How come, you understand, relationship don't last? What's the cure for a relationship? What's the cheat code for a relationship, a stable relationship? First of all, you're about love. You ready to love if you don't know what love is. Come to class, come to the I.S.U.P.K. You'll find out what love is. You'll get the meaning of love. Understand? Somebody bring me to that verse.
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
Now, there shall be no what?
No whore of the daughters of Israel.
No whore out of the daughters of Israel. This is for you Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Understand? You are the daughters of Israel. The Bible says there shall be no whore. understand? What is the signification of a whore? What is the meaning of that word?
Salakia, a prostitute.
A prostitute. You understand? Give him a hand. You understand? Like it. I bought this big old dictionary over here. We the priesthood prophet of the I.S.U.P.K, so you understand? We got books, man. Understand? And in it, a whore is exactly what Trooper Barakala just said. You understand? It's a prostitute. Understand? So like it. Add it right there. I'm gonna read it from there. A whore, a woman who practices unlawful sexual commerce, a prostitute, man. You understand? You letting your daughters, you understand, doing something unlawful by letting her celebrate Valentine's Day. You understand? You teaching your daughter how to become a whore. You teaching your, you understand? This is what we're doing as a people without even knowing. Well, he brought you some chocolate. He brought you the teddy bear. He must love you. You understand? Well, open up that box for him. Not la. You understand? Teach your daughters, you understand, not to open the legs for a box of chocolate, for a teddy bear, for some flowers. For, you understand, I love you letter. You understand? Love is about sacrifice of self, man. You understand? Love is about, you understand, something more deeper than just feeling, man.
Right.
Responsibility, man. You understand? That's what love is. Love is not, you understand, well, you know what, the roses are red, violets are blue. That's not love. Meanwhile, the same man that claim you love you will give you STDs. That same woman that you understand claim that she loves you will have sex with another man, bring STDs back to you. Understand? If you don't believe me, let's go see. Baba Kwasha, Officer Zabaja, can you bring me to the article I sent you on your email? Baba Kwasha.
Slovakia, one moment, let me just get with it. Was it the Slovakia? Give me 1 second. I have it up, but I'm not sure which one it was. National. Okay, I got it right here.
It's from the Atlantic.com.
Okay, I got it. Salakia, do you want it on the screen or it's Tawab? You just want me to read it? I'll just read it, Salakia.
Well, it's up to you. It's up to you, Chris. If you have any, you understand, trouble with the internet, you understand, you could just read it, all right?
Khan. Okay, I'm just gonna read it, and then for anybody who's watching after, I will drop the link in the chat so you can follow along. Just so we don't have any delays in the class. But I'm gonna read it right now. Right, so I got it right here. This is Happy Valentine's Day. CDC announces an ongoing severe epidemic of STDs.
Good night. So good. Also, Zabaja, happy Valentine's Day, man. You understand? This is the white man. This is not us. This is the white man saying happy Valentine's Day. Well, you know what? Watch out. There's severe STDs out there. Why? Because the white man knows that, you understand, this is the day where people, you understand, the day where you're gonna have the most boredom. You understand? The most boredom in this empire, man. Where man's gonna sleep with man, woman's gonna sleep with woman, you understand, so on and so on, sleep with, you understand, whoever and everything, as long as, you understand, you bring a box of chocolate or some teddy bears, you understand, she will open up her legs.
So Akia, if I may.
You understand?
So Lakia, if I may, right quick, right? Like what you're bringing out, Officer ADR, is heavy because us the truth, we were taught by the men above us about these holidays that we didn't know about, right? Or these unholy days. That's what I like to call them, unholy days, because they're not of the Most High, right? We know that most of our oppressors, I'll try not to be too long-winded, but most of our oppressors, all of our oppressors' holidays are based off some other god that they were celebrating, some idol or deity, right? This has nothing to do with the Most High, Yahweh in the Hebrew. And you can see it that blacks, Hispanics, well, not even to just say blacks, Hispanics, but definitely blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are going to get those STDs if we celebrate Valentine's Day and think it's okay to go sleep with a sister you've only known for 3 days. If a sister finds it okay to open that box because some brother gave her a box of chocolate, right? Well, life is about a box of chocolates and a bunch of STDs when you celebrate Valentine's Day. So,
Good. Exactly. You understand? Exactly. And this is why, you understand, we read the verse in Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17 earlier. Because why? Because no woman of Israel should be a whore. You understand?
right.
You are royalty, man. You're willing to open yourself up for a box of chocolate, man. You understand? Now, when we telling you, you understand, you're a royalty, you should not be a whore. You're saying, well, you know what? We against women. You against yourself, man. You don't see the value
Right.
of yourself, man. And this is what the white man has taught us, you understand, in this captivity, not to value ourselves, not to realize that we are royalty. We are better than the oppressor, man.
Right.
You understand? Go ahead, Officer Zabadi, and keep on reading.
Gone. Timing is everything in the disease business, which is probably why.
Timing is everything. We know we got to confront this right now. Everybody gonna go have sex with everybody. You understand? We got to confront this right now. We got to be ready for that. You understand? So like it, priest. Go ahead.
Con. Timing is everything in the disease business, which is probably why the United States Center for Disease Control waited until Valentine's Day Eve to announce that the United States is home to 110 million sexually transmitted diseases. Good man. I'm gonna keep reading. Salakia. Timing is everything. So, Salakia Adiyar, you were saying something?
I just wanted to know the numbers again. 100 million, they say?
110 million diseases.
Good night, priest. You understand, like him? You go out there. You understand? You got to go. You understand? Finding a woman that has no STD is like finding, you understand, a needle in the dark, man. You understand? You really got to be careful out there, man. You understand? Because this empire is wild. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Salakia, if I may, Salakia. America is burning, and it didn't even get turned to the lake of fire yet. Salakia. Good night.
You understand? And even the elites of the empire, you understand? It's like a recall, like, well, you know what? Watch out there. You understand? We have this number of infected people. You understand?
Right.
Don't go too wild out there. You understand? Remember, you understand? We have the disease. You understand? And that's a plague, Akim. You understand? COVID-19 is a plague. So is STDs. STDs is the plague, man. You understand?
Right. And that's definitely heavy. While we wait for ADR to get back, that's definitely.
For everybody that thinks that the Bible is not real, these plagues should make you understand that God is real, man. These plagues should make you understand that what we're saying is true. We're trying to warn you until the last day, man. Until the day of judgment, man. You understand? And that's love. What Officer Zabaji is doing, that's love. What Officer YAHANNA is doing, that's love. What Trooper Barakela is doing, that's love, man. You understand? We're not gonna give you a box of chocolate and teddy bear for Valentine's Day, but we will tell you that you're royalty. You should not be a whore, man. You should not be, you understand? Go and have gang bangs, you understand? Go out, you understand? Be a lesbian, you understand? Be homosexual. That's love. That's somebody that loves you, man.
Right.
Somebody that tell you to have value for yourself, man. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Zabad. Just like it.
Khan, I'm going to continue reading this article. That amounts to 19.7 million new infections every year.
God damn.
Salakia.
Good night. You understand? This is
Salakia,
going
give me
wild.
one moment. I gotta take a quick phone call.
Come, please. You understand? This is going wild. You understand? And in this empire, you will see exactly. You understand? This empire is falling. If you don't understand that this empire is falling, well, here we have it. And those STDs, Officer Shawan, Super Barakala, those STDs, you understand? They're becoming stronger than before. You understand? They even survive penicillin now. You understand? You can't get rid of them with penicillin no more. They got to give you something even stronger than that. You know, all of you that are in classes right now in the I.S.U.P.K, following the I.S.U.P.K, you understand? Stay there, man. Don't go celebrate Valentine's Day. You will see Valentine's Day is against the Lord, man. When you go to the roots of it, and we will do today, you will see. And it's not only our word. The white man knows, the oppressor knows. You understand that Valentine's Day is something evil, man. And this is why they're warning others. You understand about the result of Valentine's Day. This is what the day where everybody has sex. You understand? I met you today. You understand? I work with you. You understand? Bring you some flour. Then next thing you know, you have sex with that person. Some have sex in the bathroom. Some have sex in the office. You understand? Then sharing diseases among each other. And that person come back home, share that disease. There's certain disease like herpes. You don't have to sleep with the other person. You could drink from the same cup, from the same fork. You understand? Well, you know what? We are called for saying for telling you, you understand, to love yourself and realize the value. You realize that you're a royalty, man. That black, Hispanics, and Native Indian are royal and special, man. But we are called. No sweat. I'll go ahead, Officer
Right.
about
Con, one moment. I'll get back to it.
So Salakia, if I may, really quick.
Con.
And what you brothers are saying is so heavy in that, like, there's some men sitting on Tinder right now, and they got 7 different women lined up for each different night, and this man knows he has STDs, and he doesn't care. Like he's gonna go on, he's gonna try to smash the next woman every night, and just pass on all his nastiness to every single one of you. So when the Most High is telling you, Salak, when the Most High is saying not to be a whore, like the Most High is trying to save your life. These priests and prophets right now that are telling you, like, to stay off Tinder, not celebrate Valentine's, stuff like this. Like, these brothers here in the I.S.U.P.K, they're trying to save your life. Salak.
Right. Go ahead. Officer Zabaja, you wanted to say something?
Con, I was gonna say what Officer Sharyuan is saying is heavy because I'm not familiar with this state. I'm going to say it's Florida. I might be wrong on the state, right? But in America, there was a Edomite. He was a DJ, and he had some STD or STI, and he was going around sleeping with a bunch of sisters, right? And a bunch of sisters got this STD. And when we sit here and tell you you're not supposed to sleep with a heathen, you're going to look at us and say we're trying to oppress you or we're being racist. Well, our Lord is racist, meaning he only chose Israel. You have to show me in the scriptures where he chose, book, chapter, and verse, where he chose another nation for salvation, where he chose another nation to be his chosen people or his seed. Salakia.
And that's what also Zabaja said. That's exactly true. And that DJ affected 600 sisters, man.
Right.
Understand? 600 black women, man.
Good night. In the hundreds.
And imagine that woman. Yeah. 600, man. This is you understand? This is America in a state of emergency, you understand, with STDs. And this is why they waited. You have Valentine's Day parties where you have orgies. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Bajo. You can keep on reading.
Khan.
The article is short, so you understand. We won't take too long with this article.
Khan. That amounts to 19.7 million new infections every year, half of which affect people 15 to 24. Unsurprisingly,
so they're talking about like 15 years old, right?
Khan, 15 years old to 24 years old.
Good night. You understand? Good night. So your kids, you understand, in high school, you understand, getting diseases and everything. Well, you know what? Teach your daughters, teach your son not to celebrate things at Valentine's Day, man. Teach your son, teach your daughters to close a leg. You understand? Teach your son morality and value. Teach your son how to be. You understand? Get ready to be a man and not be a whoremonger, man. Not sleep with a sister. You understand? And leave her. That's my boyfriend. That's my girlfriend. And 2 days afterwards, you know what? I don't like her no more. I got a new girlfriend. You understand? We need to teach our sons and daughters better, man. And that's how we're gonna be a better kingdom. This is how we're gonna be a better nation amongst all the nations on the face of the earth, man. You understand?
Right.
We need to teach our children morality, man. But that before we teach our children that morality, it has to start with us. It has to start with us, man. You can't teach your sons and daughters, you understand, something that you're not following. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Zabaji.
Right. Salakia. Unsurprisingly, the human papilloma virus is at the top of that list, followed by chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis, herpes, hepatitis B, HIV, and trichomoniasis. Salakia.
You understand? A bunch of
Though
viruses.
not necessarily in that order.
So like, God, you understand? A bunch of viruses, a bunch of, you understand, plagues. And God is sending the plagues for the enemy. Imagine if we have morality, if we teach our sons and daughters, you understand, how to maintain themselves, how to conduct themselves. We'll see the enemies, we'll see the oppressor with a bunch of disease like this, and we won't have one in our neighborhood. You understand? The Lord will watch over us, man, while he's plaguing our enemies. You understand? While he's plaguing our oppressor, man. And this is what we need as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
Right.
Understand? Following these laws is our salvation, man. Following these laws, this precept and commandment is what is going to save us from those times that are coming, those hard times that are coming, man. You understand? And what we're doing exactly, you understand, the work that Christ was doing. Christ told that sister, you understand, go and sin no more. Don't be a whore no more. Don't go sleep with a bunch of men no more. Change your life. Know your worth. Know that you're royalty, man. Know that you're daughters of Zion, the princess of Zion, man. You understand? This is what we're telling sisters out there. Don't settle for a box of chocolate, some flowers, and a teddy bear. Don't settle for that. Don't open your legs up for that, man. That's not love. Love is deeper than that. Love is more beautiful than that. Love is stronger than that, man. You understand? And just like Sammy B, the sister in the chat say, you understand? Love is sacrifice. Love is wanting better for someone than yourself. You understand? And this is what love is. Love is the self-sacrifice of yourself for somebody else. This is what love is, man. We have I.S.U.P.K Jamaica in the house. Shalom, Akim Yabashim Yoshabarakutum.
Shalom, Akim Yabashim Yoshabarakutum.
And Christ with Jamaica here.
Right.
I'm a Levite brother that's lucky. That has a blessing surrounded by Benjamin, by wolves, man. Like Christ, man. Understand?
Right.
But yeah, that was it on the article, Officer's Buddy.
Salakia, let me check right quick. No, I gotta. There's another paragraph. I'm gonna go through it real quickly. All right. And while we have ways of preventing these diseases, the problem appears to be getting worse. Studies from 1996 and 2000 estimated 15 million and 18.9 million cases, respectively, through different methods were used to collect the information in both cases.
So
Salakia.
like a piece. It's getting worse because you understand the whores are going crazy out there. You have more whores, more whoremonger, man. This is why it's
Right.
getting worse. You understand? Because this empire lack morality. This is why it's going worse, man. It's getting worse. You understand? We're gonna make it better in the ISUPK. We're gonna change the world, man. You understand?
Right.
We will change black, Hispanics, and Native Indian lives by telling them, you understand, not to be a whore, not to open your leg for a teddy bear. You understand? I seen sisters in the past with teddy bears bigger than them in the bus, man. Well, meanwhile, that man that gave her a teddy bear gave another sister a teddy bear. You understand? This is why disease are going rampant. You understand? In America, man, in the white man kingdom, man. You understand? Go ahead. That was it, right?
So Salakia, I'm gonna just read one last part of the article, right? And it definitely lets you know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans were cursed, right? These are the curses we're going through because we don't want to follow the Most High's laws, right? So I'm gonna get into this part of the article, right? And Akim, if y'all want to speak, you already know y'all could chime in at any time, right?
Christ.
So this is the next part of the article that I'm going to read. Right. The disease collectively required 16 billion worth of healthcare annually, and that's in the United States alone. 16 billion. Right. And if I may, why I wanted to read that part is because we definitely know that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are going through these curses. Right, we might not be the biggest population, but for some reason, even when we're the smallest population, we go through the I'm just gonna throw a number out, right? We'll have 60% of the diseases that they're talking about, but we'll only be 14% of the population.
Right.
Right. And now imagine if we didn't have to spend $1 million on healthcare and we could keep that in our community. This number said 16 billion annually, right, in healthcare in America. That's terrible. It's better to be in the ISUPK under Commanding General YAHANNA, where you're not going to go through those diseases, where your pastor, your imam, your so-called spiritual leader who worships rocks is not going to tell you it's okay to celebrate Lupercalia. Right, and that's another part of the class that we're going to be getting into.
Understand?
So, okay, that was my yeah.
All right. Let's get the little short video. You understand? Like this, we could give a little intro of what we're gonna talk about today.
Okay. Give me one moment. I'm gonna find it.
No sweat. Understand? But what we're saying is for you, black, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You see how much the oppressor is spending. You understand? Because of disease, because of STDs. We have the solution. You understand? For that, the solution is not to be a whore. You understand? The solution is to follow these laws, precept, and commandment that are in the Bible, man. You understand? And then we won't have no STDs. Just like in Egypt. What happened in Egypt? The Egyptians were suffering under plagues, and the Israelites were untouched. We weren't phased by those plagues. Why? Because we had the mercy of the Most High, the protection of the Most High. Well, we could have that protection today again. All we got to do is come back to who we are. All we got to do is come back to our culture, man. Which is, you understand, following these laws that God has put for us, for the best of us, for the better of us, man. Just like Officer SHALAM said, these laws, you understand, following these laws will save our lives, man. You understand? But you know what? We rather follow the white man. Meanwhile, the white man is getting plagued left and right, spending billions of dollars, you understand, because of plagues. You seen COVID-19 almost shut down everything, almost destroyed the empire. Wait for more. God has more. those STDs gonna be even rougher, man. You understand? You'll see diseases in a whole new level in this empire, man. We're trying to warn you from them, man. We're trying to tell you, you know what? There's another way. You could be saved from what is coming, man. The thing is, do you want to be, you understand? Do you want that protection? Do you want, you understand, to rule and to show these other nations, you understand? We deserve to rule. We are different than them. We are better than them, man. We're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day, man. It's a pagan holiday, man. It has nothing to do with love. You understand? Officers Abaja, you got it?
Yeah, I'm sharing the screen right now. Give me
So
one
what?
moment. No sweat.
Akim in Jamaica. Whenever y'all want to say something, go ahead. Feel free to say something. All right.
Canada on con. Con, sir.
All right, I got it ready right now.
Come.
There were animal sacrifices, wolves, and couples chosen. But stick around to learn about the history of Valentine's Day.
Salak, Officer Shawan, I sent you one as well from the
Hello and welcome to Ancient History.
Right? Officer Abaja.
Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly, and today, in honor of Valentine's Day.
Salakia, Officer RDR, you were saying something?
Did I send you the one on the History Channel?
Khan, I got the one on the History Channel right now. That's the one that's queued up.
You could play the one on the History Channel, right?
Khan, I'm gonna play it right now.
To water, please.
Okay, we're going to chocolates and red roses. There were animal sacrifices, wolves, and couples chosen by lot. Stick around to learn all about the history of Valentine's Day. Hello and welcome to Ancient History Encyclopedia. My name is Kelly, and today, in honor of Valentine's Day, we're going to have a look at the day's origins and its legendary history. Don't forget the easiest way to support us is by giving this video a like and subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Across the world and in many forms, Valentine's Day or Saint Valentine's Day is celebrated by the giving of gifts, cards, and flowers in the name of the Christian Saint Valentine on February the 14th. According to legend, there were at least 3 different Christian saints named Valentine or Valentinus who were martyred, one of which because they kept marrying young couples in secret, even though the Roman Emperor Claudius II had banned young men from getting married because they were the best soldiers and he preferred them unwed. This story, like every other concerning the holiday, is not historically attested.
So, play the one that I sent you on the WhatsApp, all right? No, if I sent you 2.
Khan, I'm gonna check right now. I don't think you sent me a video on WhatsApp. Salakia, one moment.
So Salakia, other one. I got a different video on the History Channel.
Khan, are you able to play it? Let Officer Shawan play it, all right, Officer's body?
Khan, no sweat.
Go ahead, please.
Come on, Khan, sir.
It won't be long, all right? We had a little mix up on the videos.
Where are you going?
Don't want to listen to it. Edo Mike, you understand this whole time.
For what?
Go stretch my legs.
Khan, that's the one.
Come on, sir.
For all its popularity, history doesn't give us any guarantees as to the origins of Valentine's Day. But we do know it contains vestiges of the early Christian church and ancient Rome. The association between mid-February and romance goes back to a pagan festival known as Lupercalia, likely honoring either Lupa, the she-wolf of Rome, who suckled Romulus and Remus, or Faunus, their god of fertility. The festivities began with an animal sacrifice. Then the ritualistic slapping of young women with strips of the animal's skin and blood to bestow fertility for the coming year. In the 5th century, perhaps in an effort to
Pause it there,
Christianize the
Baba
pagan.
Pastor. You understand? This is what Christians are celebrating out there. This is what people in the world are celebrating. You understand? Something that come from, you understand, the pagan, the Romans. You understand? And when you go to the story of the Valentines Day of Lupercalia, you understand, you see exactly the ritual, you understand, which was you understand, considered to bring, you understand, like a fertility in the land. You understand? Now the woman will be able to get pregnant and everything. A bunch of nonsense. You understand? You know,
Right.
you already know that the oppressor believe in nonsense. This is exactly what they believe in. They believe, you understand, is you understand, in whooping the woman, you understand, with blood, they'll get pregnant quicker, you understand, and so on. But this is the roots of Valentine's Day. It has nothing to do with love, man. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shawan.
Pagan festival, Pope Gelasius declared February 14th as St. Valentine's Day. As for the real St. Valentine, there were reportedly several canonized by the Church. Legend
So,
has
wait,
it
wait
that
there,
one
wait
St.
there.
Valentine, a
Wait.
divine
Several, you understand, canonized by the church. You understand? Which means the church had several, you understand, people, men that was called Valentines, and they canonized them as saint, just like the Catholic Church is doing. We have Saint Peter and so on and so on. You understand? Just like what's the lady that they claim that she's a saint, the Mother Teresa. You understand? They claim she's a saint and so on. You understand? That's what the Catholic Church does. These are the people that you're worshiping really. It has nothing to do with the Bible. Understand? Go ahead.
Roman priest lived during the 3rd century AD under Emperor Claudius II. Claudius was an ambitious ruler. His battles required vast armies of men to abandon their young families for long periods of time, resulting in a military that was half-hearted and homesick. So determined was Claudius to stop love from sapping the will of his armies, he banned marriages altogether. Father Valentine thought the ban unjust and defied the emperor, continuing to marry young lovers in secret. The emperor eventually caught on to the priest's actions, arrested him, and sentenced him to death. It is believed that young couples he had secretly wed would visit his cell, passing him flowers and notes through the bars as symbols of their gratitude. The story continues that the condemned Father Valentine fell in love with his jailer's daughter. On February 14th, the day he was executed, it is said he passed the young girl a note. It was signed, "From your Valentine." A tradition was born. Cupid, the winged matchmaker, started out as the Roman god of love, inspired the image of cherubs for Christians, and is now a favorite of card makers and mass marketers. Our modern Valentine's Day, removed from its religious and pagan past, has evolved into one of the most celebrated holidays on the calendar. On average, Americans shower their loved ones with 180 million roses, red ones naturally, and almost 36 million heart-shaped boxes of candy, not to mention all those cards, dinners, and diamonds. All told, the holiday brings in almost $14 billion annually, giving retailers plenty to love as well. But if you're worried that you can't afford to treat your loved one properly next Valentine's Day, take heart. The poets were right. Love is really all you need.
The water, priest, the water. And this is something that we need to realize, right? Like all these feasts, all these pagans holidays, you understand? They're centered around commerce. The white man makes, you understand, billions on Valentine's Day. Billions, billions on Halloween. You understand? Meanwhile, we're still in the ghettos. Meanwhile, we're still suffering. We're still poor. And you know what we do? We give that money back to the white man celebrating their pagan feast, man. You understand? Imagine we will keep our money in our pocket, you understand, in our neighborhood, uplifting our neighborhood, changing our neighborhood. The white man wouldn't lose money during those holidays, man. But we celebrate those holidays. We even give the white man, you understand, permission, you understand, to oppress us even more by making them richer. That's what we do. You understand? And it's time for us to realize this. You understand? And also, they show that a little boy is supposed to be an angel. You understand? They call him Cupid. But when we read in the Bible, man, angels are not naked little boys, man. You understand?
Right.
This come from the Romans. This come from the Greek, man, because
Right.
they were pedophiles, man. They were homosexual and pedophiles. You understand? This is why you have, you understand, little baby on the ceiling. You understand, butt naked. You understand, with a horror and supposed, you understand, to shoot arrows at your heart and everything, make you fall in love. You understand? These are pagan demons. You understand? It's a lie. Pagan idols, man. You understand? That's what we're worshiping today. You understand? Outside of this truth, outside of this of the UPK, we think we're doing something amazing. It's all about love. It's all about, you understand, idol worship. It's all about loving the oppressor. It's all about following the ways of the same people, you understand, that put us in captivity. The same people that God will destroy, man. You understand? It's time for us to wake up and realize this, man. Somebody bring me to Psalms 106, verse 34, 35, some Bible question. Understand? This is what our Valentine's Day is about. Lupercalia, man. Roman history. You understand? Now, for everybody out there that say, well, the Bible is a white man book. White people wrote the Bible, right? Y'all love to say that. White people love the Bible. Well, I'm not gonna follow the Bible. Why you celebrate Valentine's Day then? Which is Roman history. You understand? Why you celebrate Christmas then? Why do you follow these things? You won't follow the Bible. Meanwhile, in the Bible, I read God is black. I read Christ is black. I read the prophets were black. You understand? I read about Paul. You understand? Who was a Benjamite, just like my brothers with me today, man. Right. You understand? Meanwhile, you say I'm not gonna follow the Bible. It's a white man book, but you're gonna celebrate Valentine's Day. You a hypocrite, man.
That's right.
Right. While we wait for Officer RDR to get back, he might be having a little trouble with his internet, but what he's saying is definitely heavy. Like, you got to think about, we go and teach our brothers and sisters that they're supposed to keep the law, that they're supposed to follow, they're supposed to come back to their culture that was beaten out of them in slavery, right? And they'll look at us and say, why are you following the white man? Just like Officer RDR said these brothers and sisters do, right? But then they'll turn around and say, listen, I'm going to put a Christmas tree.
Hypocrite.
Salakia, we're having a little difficulty, right? They're gonna say, why are we following the oppressor when they go and follow all of the oppressor's holidays, right? It's only when you tell them that they can't follow the oppressor, they'll turn around and say, why are you following the oppressor, right? Salakia, if I could, Officer Shariwan, can you get me Exodus 23 and 3, Baba Kasha? Salakia, Exodus 23 and 2.
Come.
And Barakia Allah, can you get who exalts the days, right? Salakia, I'm paraphrasing the verse, but the verse where it basically says who makes a day different. I think it's in the Apocrypha.
So Salakia, I don't know if I may.
Khan.
Why does one day excelleth another?
Right, that's the paraphrase right there. Barakia Allah, grab that, right? And Officer Shariwan, get the Exodus 23 and verse 2. And after we break down that, I'm going to hand the class back over to Officer 1000 RDR.
Come. So this is Exodus chapter 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
Right. You're not supposed to just follow every and anybody. right? You should follow the man of the Lord, a man of the Lord, someone in the UPK, not someone who puts fringes on their shirts, right? Not someone who wears a tie and stands on the pulpit and says we are covered in the blood of Jesus, right? What a terrible thing to say. Christians say that like I could do anything because the blood of Jesus is covering me, right? Not knowing that every time they sin, they're killing Christ again. They're killing a black man, our black king again, right? You're not supposed to follow a multitude, a large group of people, a number of people to do evil. And what's that evil? That evil right now is Valentine's Day. It's your New Year's. It's your St. Patrick's Day. What else is coming up? Easter. Like, we know bunnies don't lay eggs, right? For everybody that's in the truth, we're going to be celebrating and remembering an honorable sister who was not a whore, who she didn't bust it open for a box of chocolates. She didn't bust it open for a card from Dollarama, a box of chocolates, some crappy teddy bear, only to be not with the man 3 days later, right? We're going to remember Esther. Hadassah in the Hebrew, she was an honorable sister. She saved the kingdom at one point, right? Keep reading, Baba Kasha.
Come. Neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment.
Right. You're not supposed to speak, right? A cause that's gonna decline after many to rest judgment, right? Don't speak against the UPK when we come out to tell you that you're not supposed to celebrate Valentine's Day, right? And then you wonder why police are in your neighborhood murdering everybody because the Lord is not with you. You wonder why your daughters are becoming whores and your sons are being put on child support because you're not telling them that they're supposed to choose a righteous woman, a righteous man as a wife or a husband, right? So again, we're not supposed to be following these holidays of the heathens. Now I'm gonna hand the class back over to 1000 RDR.
So like you keep on it like this, internet is unstable. Like this, it doesn't mess up the flow of the class. All right. If anything, I just chat in and put in something.
All right, officer RDR, you could Baba Kasha, check your WhatsApp right quick. Officer Shariwan, one more. Can you get Psalms 106 and 35? We're gonna go to there. Right, and Jamaica, y'all got anything y'all want to add?
Salakia, sir. Just to you know what I mean, to agree with you what you're saying. You understand? Valentine's Day is, you know what I mean, is an abomination. You understand?
Right.
And we are here in Jamaica, our people caught up in it as well. You understand? Everything what the white man do, our people do. You understand? So it's up to us in the I.S.U.P.K. now for us wake up our people as to what that really is and the origin, you know? And let them know so they need to come out of that and come learn them history. You understand? Salakia.
Damn right.
Good.
Take them out of this mass what do you call it? Idolatry that they're in.
God. It's definitely mass idolatry, right? Like a lot of these brothers and sisters, if you ask them what these holidays mean, they won't be able to tell you. Just go ask your family member right now, right? Now, obviously, if you're in the class, you don't have to leave and go anywhere. But after the class, call your brother, call your sister, call your auntie, call your mom. Actually, do you know what Valentine's Day means, right? And they're gonna tell you something crazy. Like, it means you're supposed to go buy that whore that you've been lusting over a box of chocolates, right? What's crazy is, and this is really crazy, right? Because Salakia, confession is good for the soul. I remember in high school, I bought a sister a card and I spent saved my lunch money for like a week trying to buy her a couple roses, right? Only to find out some other brother on the basketball team, good night, that was her husband, right? And now I'm thinking I'm follow whatever our oppressor says. Get this sister a rose, a card, and whatever, and she's going to appreciate me. They don't give a damn about that. Sisters do not care, especially sisters in the world. Sisters in the world do not care if what you get them at that moment is what you can get them now, right? And then right after that is what you can get them after. And he goes and continues, and let you not bring home a stupid rose that she don't even care about, right? Is going to be hell. Brachiala, do you have that precept?
Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 30 verse 7. Why doth one day excel another?
Right, hold that right there. Why does one day excel another? Right? Who made these days excel another? Who made these important? Who said this Monday is going to be an important day? Was it our oppressor or was it the Most High? Are we supposed to listen to our oppressor or follow the Most High? Right? Keep reading, Baba Kasha.
When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun.
Right. All these days come from the sun, right? You wake up in the morning and it's light outside. That the sun did that, right? But who made the sun rise? Who put the sun there? Who woke you up so you could see the sunlight? Right? Keep reading.
Verse 8. By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts.
Right. By the knowledge of the Lord, we're going to celebrate Passover. We're going to remember what them stinking Africans did to us and how we got out of our captivity. Right. And here's the kicker. The same way we got out of our captivity in Egypt is the same way we're going to get out of our captivity in America, in Canada, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, in Puerto Rico, Brazil, Mexico, wherever, UK. Right, in the UK, this is the same way. Wherever our brothers and sisters are, the only thing we can do is turn to our power. Was that all for the verse, Brachiala? Khan. Right quick. Officer Shariwan, can you look up the Looper Wolf? Right, because what most people don't know, and we're gonna touch on this this Monday for Purim as we go into the Feast of Purim, right? We're going to bring it up, but most people think they think Valentine's Day is just a day the oppressor made to get some money out of our pockets. Now, the oppressor, he definitely wants the money. He wants all of your money, right? He's going to sell you some crappy card that you could go on a Canva, you can go on any website and design a better card, print that out and give it to your wife on the 1st of February. You can give it to your husband on the 1st of March, right? And say I love you, right? But they want you to buy some crappy Hallmark card, and they're not telling you where these days that they want you to celebrate originate from, right? So we're gonna go get into it just a little, then we'll get into some more precepts. If anybody has a precept or something they want to say, y'all can bring it out at any time, right? Officer Shariwan, if you got that Looper Wolf, you could bring it out.
You just want an image of the Looper Wolf, the Lupercalia Wolf? Or?
No, you could just go on Google, type Looper Wolf. You're probably gonna get a Wikipedia file, but we want the origins of the Looper Wolf.
Okay.
What it is, right? And then we're gonna go into Lupercalia. Right. So, Salakia, we're not supposed to follow a multitude of people. And we also know that the days that are here are only here because of the Most High. The Most High gave us a specific set of days to follow, You could find that in Leviticus, Salakia. Leviticus, correct me if I'm wrong, Officer RDR, Leviticus 23 for the holidays.
Khan.
Gone.
So throughout of Jamaica. Right. Officer Sharyuan, you got it?
Sir, for some reason I'm having troubles looking it up.
Okay, 1 second. Let me find it right now.
I
Salakia RDR, you have it? For time's sake, I'm gonna read what I have. I have it in right here, right? She-wolf, Roman mythology, right? So this is a she-wolf, right? And this is gonna let you know that this has nothing to do with what the Most High has set for the children of Israel, for the 12 tribes, right? In the Roman foundation myth,
have Lupercalia.
You see him run up on the officer.
Salakia for the delay. We're having some technical difficulties. When Officer Zabadi gets back, he can pick up. If you could, Barak, you all grab. I think I want Amos 5 and verse 21.
Khan. Amos chapter 5, verse 21.
And Salakia and Jamaica, if you could you hold Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31?
all right, I'm back.
Salakia, Officer Zabadi is back. He'll continue with the class. Salakia.
That Canadian Wi-Fi right now. As soon as it snows, it's gonna knock that Wi-Fi out. Salakia. Officer RDR, you said you had it?
I have Lupercalia on the.
Khan, you can read it
on Wikipedia. Khan, please. Lupercalia was a pastoral feast of ancient Rome, observed annually on February 14 to purify the city, promoting health and fertility. Lupercalia was also known as Deus Februatus, ancient instrument called Februa, the basis for the month name Februaris. That was it on the first definition.
Khan, that's Tawab, right? I'm going to give me 1 moment. I'm gonna go back to what I was reading right quick, right? And so now you're finding out that Lupercalia is what Valentine's Day is, right? So let's go back to it. In Roman foundation myth, it was a she-wolf that nursed and sheltered the twins. That nursed and sheltered the twins Romulus and Remus after they were abandoned in the wild by order of King Amulius of Alba Longa. She cared for the infants at her den, right? So this right here, this is letting you know this is totally bullcrap, right? A wolf nursed 2 infant babies to health. How did they eat? Where did they get milk from? Right? That's what they want you to celebrate. They want you to celebrate myth and BS. Bullshit. Excuse my French. Right? Salakia. Until they were discovered by a shepherd, Fastulas, right? Salakia, that's Fastulas is the name of the shepherd. Romulus would later become the founder and the first king of Rome, right? So we found out. So the myth is the first king and the founder of Rome was in a cave with a wolf, and she nursed him and his twin to health, right? And he became the king, right? Salakia. Now there's one more I wanted to get to. I just wanted to go through some of the rites of the Lupercalia festival, right? Because I want to figure out if women were doing this. Salakia. Officer Adiyar, Baba Kasha, can you find the where they describe in Lupercalia about the sisters being not the sisters, excuse my French, right? About heathen women being whipped down the street, and the more they would bleed meant the more fertile they were, right? Salakia. Officer Officer Shah, can you give me Jeremiah 10 verse 1, Baba Kasha?
Come. So book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. Slakia. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you.
Right. So these are the words. Hold that right there. These are the words that the Lord spoke unto us, right? Us being the house of Israel, right? The Lord said this to us. Keep reading.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Keep reading.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Right. We're not supposed to learn the way of the heathen. Right. There's a common thing that happens. Salakia, one moment. There's a common thing that happens, right? You'll have brothers and sisters in the world say, I cannot speak to that brother because he's a Gemini, or some simple sister will say that brother's perfect for you. He's a Scorpio, and you know Cancers and Scorpios, they match together, right? Meanwhile, that brother, he's a pedophile. He's a drug addict. He's going to beat your sister. He's gonna have her eating pork, shrimp, lobster, and every unfilthy thing. There's Salakia. Good night. Right, but learn not the ways of the heathen. The heathen's ways are celebrating idols and gods that have nothing to do with our power. Absolutely nothing to do with our power. Right. You can finish that verse out.
Come. For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Right, the heathen are dismayed at signs. They're dismayed at the stars. They'll turn around and say, just like I said, right? Listen, you can't go into that elevator because some paper in my horoscope told me to avoid going up. Right, that's something. Listen, I remember. Good night. That's a story. I'll just leave that there, right? But you'll hear the heathens and the Christians, especially the Christians. Christians will say like the ultimately worst stuff. They'll say, "We love God. We follow God." Are you coming to the Valentine's Day dance? And you have to look at them like God didn't celebrate Valentine's Day, right? Keep reading.
Right.
Verse 3. That's like that one. That's the end of verse 2.
Come on, you can keep reading.
Come. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
The customs of the people are vain, right? Anybody want to give that a shot at breaking that down?
Salakia, other one.
Come on, Trooper.
Their customs and their culture, they mean nothing.
Right. They mean nothing. It's nothing. Right. What is listen, a rose is better when it's in the ground. Salakia. Like a rose is better when it's in the ground. What happens when when you put a rose in a jar on your table? It dies. So now you're telling a sister. Now understand this, right? This is what I never understood this. You're supposed to give a sister a rose, and that rose is supposed to symbolize your love. The rose dies. Does your love for the sister die? If you're in the world, of course it does.
Right.
If you're not in
Right.
this school, of course it does. That sister is going to burn down your car, and your love is going to die for her. You're not going to be strong enough to take care of her. You do not deserve the box if you cannot deal with that sister's stress. I don't know a sister that doesn't have any issues. I've never met one ever in my life. You'll never meet a sister
Right.
that doesn't have issues. And even listen, sisters in the school, they might have something that they have to deal with, but they get excellent counsel from the men above them, from their husbands. Right? And you're never gonna find a sister that doesn't have nothing to deal with, but you're gonna give her a rose that's going to die. Your love for her is going to die because that's what the Christian church told you. The Christian church told you that you could divorce that sister. Just go ask any pastor. Any pastor will tell you if the sister's not doing the things I like, if she's not taking care of me like I need to, can I get rid of her? The pastor is going to tell you yes, right? You're going to go and Salakia. You're gonna give that sister a bill of divorce because the pastor said it was okay, right? Officer Shaw, you want to keep reading?
Come on. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Salakia. You don't really. You could drop that right there. You could also start right there if you want to use it to break down Christmas trees, right? You could start at 1 and go all the way down to 5 if you want to break down Christmas trees, right? Salakia. So again, those have nothing to do. Right, through water for everybody who's in the chat. Once again, this class is sponsored by the like button, the subscribe button. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it to everybody. Right.
Salakia, preach your cameras
and if
up.
you see any,
Salakia.
Salakia, good night. Right. Don't click any links that do not come from the UPK in this chat. Right. All right, Trooper Bracchiala, get me Leviticus 18:3.
Canada Wakan.
Officer Adiar, were you able to find the rituals that they would do on Lupercalia?
I have one of it over here on Wikipedia.
Can you bring it out, please, Baba Kasha?
Come on, please. This is on Wikipedia on
No
the
sweat.
Lupercalia. You just scroll down and you see sacrifice at the Lupercal altar. A male goat or goats and a dog were sacrificed by one of or another of the Luperci under the supervision of the Flamen Dialis, Jupiter's chief priest. An offering was also made of salted milk cakes prepared by the Vestal virgins. After the blood sacrifice, two leprosy approached the altar. Their foreheads were anointed with blood from the sacrificial knife, then then whipped clean with wool soaked in milk, after which they were expected to laugh. The sacrificial
Good.
feast followed. Come, come, please. The
You can keep reading.
come, please. The sacrificial feast followed, after which the leper chief cut tongues, known as pebrua, from the flayed skin of the animal, and ran with these naked or near naked along the old Palatine boundaries in, in an anti-clockwise direction around the hill. In Plutarch's description of the Lupercalia written during the early empire, many of the noble youths uh, and of the magistrates ran up and down through the city naked for sport and laughter, striking those they meet, also also as school
Salakia Adiyar, can you read
present
that
their
part
hair.
one more time?
Believe pregnant will thus be helped. Come, preach. Many of the noble youth and of the magistrates run up and down through the city gate for you can hear me?
Khan, you were breaking up
Y'all
just a
can hear
second
me?
ago. I didn't hear the last thing you said.
Uh, for sport and laughter, striking those they meet with shaky tongues. And many women of rank also purposely get in their way, and like children at school, present their hands to be struck, believing that the pregnant will thus be helped in delivery and the barren to pregnancy.
All right, all right. You can hold that right there, right? Now, sisters, I gotta ask you this because most men in the world give a damn about a Valentine's Day. Like we don't care. Like, listen, I can tell you this much: a man in the world, he buys you a rose on Valentine's Day because he wants to terrify her. He wants box. That's it. He don't give a damn about it, right? But now, sisters, I gotta ask you, which one of you are sacrificing dogs and wiping the blood of that dog on your forehead? Right? How many of you are going into the streets to be whipped? Right? Be whipped bloody. I guarantee you, all of you guys, if I said we gotta go sacrifice this dog right now, I'm gonna put the blood of that dog on your forehead, and after I'm gonna whip you with a whip until you're bloody. You would turn around and say, "You are a monster."
So
Right?
like it,
Come
you'll be counsel right now.
right, right. We be in council right now, right? Because some sister is gonna be like, listen, he wants to beat me, right? Now, why they tell us in the UPK that we want our sister bare feet in the kitchen and pregnant. Well, good night. Listen, man, it's better than her out in the world opening that box for everything, right? A sister following a sister. Listen, in the school right now, I haven't seen. So like, I'm gonna say this the right way, right? All of my pregnancy notifications that go off on my Facebook are from sisters in the school, from brothers in the school saying, I got a little warrior, I got a little princess, right? Outside of the school, I don't see it. Right. So it's better for a sister to come in here, get a righteous head, get a righteous leader. And listen, you want to go in the kitchen and make some biscuits from scratch. That's okay. You want to bring home that time, that's okay, right? But it's better than getting, excuse my French, do not flag us, YouTube. Do not flag us, sisters in the world who are watching this. Getting in the UPK and getting a righteous head is better than getting slutted out in the world.
Right.
Where is the man that gave you the Valentine's Day card last year? I'm gonna leave it at that. Right? Who got a precept from you?
So I want to have Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3.
Okay.
The book of Leviticus chapter 18, verse 3. After the doings of the land of Egypt wherein he dwelt, shall ye not do? And after the doings of the land of Canaan, where do I bring you? Shall ye not
Right. After the doings of land of Egypt. Egypt are heathens. Can you read it?
If I may. Y'all can hear me?
Barakiala, you there?
Khan?
Salak and if I may.
Khan.
The scriptures say, after the dwelling of Egypt, you understand, not to do, you should not do, right? Well, we in Egypt right now. Something
Khan,
that
can you
you
hear me?
black Hispanics and native, come, please. Something that you black
Khan, we
Hispanics
got
and
you.
native, you understand? Something that black Hispanics and native Indians need to understand is that you in Egypt right now. You understand? America is Egypt, man. You understand? The land of slavery, where you come to be a slave. This is Egypt. This is spiritually Egypt, man. And the white man, you understand, made it known by even putting, you understand, pyramids on the dollar bill, by putting
Right.
obelisks everywhere. You understand? Everywhere you turn, you see exactly, you understand, the Egypt symbolism. You understand? So this is Egypt right now. After the manner of the dwelling of Egypt, you should not do. You understand? Don't follow what you see in this empire, man. You understand? Valentine's Day is exactly following those white men, man. The oppressor, man. You understand? Stop following the same people that. So like, that was it. I don't know. Officer Zabaja, you here? I think you're cutting up a bit. Y'all can hear me out there?
So was that it?
Come. That was it.
Right. That was these heathens. Right. We
Salakia Adawan. Officer Zabaja, you're cutting
definitely
up
are in
a lot.
Egypt right now.
God, I thought that was me. Officer Zabaja, you cutting up a little bit out there. Try to reset your internet, all right? Reset the page, Baba Quash. Like, all right. Somebody. Meanwhile, we're waiting for Officer Zabaja. Hopefully, you understand. I could keep going. And somebody bring me to Psalm 106, Baba Quash. 106 verse 35.
Khan. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 106, verse 35.
Go ahead.
But we're mingled among the heathen and learn their works.
You understand? This is what we do today. Today we mingle among the Eden. We mingle, you understand? We think the oppressor is our friend. We want to be just like the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. We think all these nations are our friend. We mingle amongst them. You understand? We sell drugs with them. You understand? We sleep with them. We go to the same parties. You understand? And so on and so on. We mingle and we do what? So go ahead, Supervisor Keller, and we read that part again, Baba question.
Khan. But we're mingled among the heathen and learn their works.
Mhm. You understand? We learn the works of the Eden. We learning the works of the oppressor, man. Valentine's Day is the work of the oppressor, and you realize, you understand, something as small as celebrating Valentine's Day. It might look and you understand the reason why we're oppressed. These are the reason why we're still suffering because we celebrate these feasts. We celebrate these Satanic holidays. You understand? We follow these oppressors. You understand the culture, the custom, the philosophy of those people, man. You understand? Meanwhile, we have our own constitution, man. That's in the Bible. We have our own ways, man. And every time we separate from those ways, we suffer. That's the life of Black Hispanics and Native Indian, man. Understand? Go ahead.
36. And they served their idols, which were a snare.
Snare. It's a snare. You understand? You think the oppressor doesn't notice? The oppressor knows that when you come out of your way, when you come out of your culture, and you follow their own culture, you will suffer. The longer you will keep, you understand, you will remain a slave. The longer you will, you understand, be oppressed. They know this, man. You understand? Don't they know that when you understand black women are war, you understand? Thus, you understand, this will destroy their community. This will destroy the family. No man wants to have a whore in their house. In our communities, because they know that will destroy us, man. You understand? And we follow, you understand? While we live in this lifestyle, it becomes a snare. You understand? They trap for us, man. You have trap house everywhere. Well, those trap are a snare for you, black, Hispanics, and Native Indian men and women, man. You understand? They know this. They know that when you don't follow these laws, when you don't follow your God, you understand? The more they will oppress you, man. But when you do, you understand? They will. The white man knows this, man. Go ahead, Supervisor Kelly.
Verse 37. And they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils.
You understand? Anybody knows? How do we sacrifice our daughters today?
So, like, I don't want.
Could you repeat the question, sir?
So Salakia, I'm not sure if Officer RDR was he's still here, but he was asking how do we sacrifice our sons and daughters today? Barak Yala, you spoke up. I'll let you answer the question at the moment, and then Jamaica, if y'all want to try and give a shot at answering the question, y'all could definitely answer. Barak Yala, you're Tawab.
I would sacrifice sons and daughters by teaching them the heathen culture from the heathen.
Khan. Jamaica, y'all want to try and answer?
Somebody got it on the Sister Kala got it on the chat. You understand? We sacrifice our sons and daughters today by making them follow, you understand, which is outside of the Bible, by making them celebrate Christmas, by letting them celebrate, you understand, Halloween, Valentine's Day. You understand? Now you're not gonna see my sons, you understand, my son celebrate none of these things. Why? Because I'm not gonna allow my son by telling them, and you understand, Santa Claus is coming down the chimney and bring you gift. You're actually sacrificing your sons today, man. You understand? Go ahead, Supervisor Keller.
Verse 38. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idol of Canaan. and the land was polluted with blood.
Go ahead. Go ahead, priest. Go ahead, trooper.
Thus were they defiled with their own works,
You
and
understand?
went a whoring.
We become defiled. We become defiled. Hold on a second, please. Don't worry. We become defiled by doing these things, by serving these other gods, by serving these false gods, man. We defiling ourselves, man. We showing we have no respect for our own self. You understand? We showing, you understand, we not happy to be black. We not happy, you understand, to be, you understand, who we are, Israelites. We showing, you understand, to the white, to these nations, you understand. We rather, you understand, live in the state of ignorance instead of searching. You understand? Instead of finding out who we are and doing what we must do. We defiling ourselves, man. You understand? For like, a sister that would open up legs for a box of chocolate, a brother that will murder another brother. You understand? For a bag of dope, man. You understand? We defiling ourselves living in this state, man. But you know what? Those laws, precept, and commandment in the Bible, we make us, you understand, be above every nation, man. We make us, you understand? These are the nations will look at us and point to us and be like, these brothers, these black men, these Israelites over there, they are wise. You understand? These men are serious men. These sisters, you understand? These black women over there, black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women over there, these are different from every woman in the world. And that's what the Bible is about, man. You understand? Meanwhile, we rather be in America defiled. We rather be in Canada defiled, Jamaica, Haiti, and so on. You understand? Keep on going there, Trooper Barkella.
And went a whoring with their own inventions.
Mm-hmm. You understand? We become like Jeremiah. Understand? In Jeremiah, the most I say, we play the harlot. Understand? By following all these other nations, all these customs. That's what we're doing. We're supposed to be married to God, man. But you know what? Just like an unfaithful woman, just like a whore, you understand? We leave our man, we leave, you understand, the Most High, and we go follow the oppressor that's oppressing us every day. We follow, you understand? We follow the same man that's killing us, that's raping us, that's robbing us. Instead of following you understand, the Most High that will save us, that will put us up high, and you understand, and that will make us, you understand, have the kingdom of heaven, man. We became like whores. We became like sluts out there. Understand?
Right.
Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian woman, it's time for you to come back to who you are, man. Come back to the Most High. Stop, you understand, defiling yourself by serving those other nations, by serving their deity, their gods, man. Go ahead, Trooper Bakiala.
Verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore was the wrath of the Lord kindled against his people.
Now, this is what the part that I want. You see what? Every time we follow these things, the longer that we're gonna go and follow, you understand, this custom, the more, you understand, plague, the more oppression we're gonna have. This is why God, you understand, put us in slavery in the first place. We came in slavery because we refused to obey God, and this is something that you understand. Our slavery should be a point for us to realize who we are. Every time the Israelites disobeyed God, they went into slavery. You understand? They came back from slavery, they disobeyed God again, they went back to slavery. Now we in slavery today. That should prove that we are the Israelite. You understand? And why we come into slavery, we came into slavery because we don't want to follow God. We rather follow Valentine's Day. We rather follow Halloween. We rather follow Christmas. We rather follow every pagan holiday. Every nonsense out there. Voodoo. You want to follow Kemet. You understand? Instead of following the Most High. And this is why we go back and forth and back and forth into the slavery. This is why we always oppressed. This is why you understand we in the bottom in our community. Every nation comes and they go up high. We stuck in the bottom, and we, you understand, and it feels like we like it. Well, it's time for us, you understand, to prepare ourselves to rule the world, man. Because we rule after this kingdom fall. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you are gonna rule the world forever. Thus say the Bible, man. Go ahead, Trooper Keller.
And so much that he abhorred his own inheritance.
You understand? Go read that part again.
And so much that he abhorred his own inheritance.
You understand? Now, God, you understand? Separate himself. We rather become Christians and follow white people. Follow, you understand? I have an Edomite preacher and taking, you understand? Well, those preachers, those Edomites, they're gonna tell me the truth. You understand? Meanwhile, God is gonna, man. But you know what? The good news is God is coming back for his people, man. God is taking back his people, man. And this is what you're seeing today in the ISUPK. This is why you have ISUPK Jamaica, ISUPK Haiti, ISUPK Canada, ISUPK England. You understand? This is why you're seeing this, because God is bringing back his people again, man. Just like the Bible says, he will choose his people again, man. I'm paraphrasing. He will choose Israel again, man. And you seeing that, man. You seeing men and women ready to, you understand? Getting ready for the return of Christ and to rule the world with Christ, man. You understand? This is what you're seeing. Go ahead on, Trooper Keller.
Khan, verse 41. And he gave them into the hand of the heathen.
You understand? God gave us in the end of the heathen. Why? Because exactly these things. Because we like to sin. We rather sin instead of being righteous, man. We rather lie. We rather cheat. We rather steal. You understand? We rather, you understand, kill one another. We rather hate one another. You understand? We rather, you understand, not listening to, you understand, to righteousness, to love. What we saying in this cast today, you understand, telling you not to celebrate Valentine's Day. That's real love. To celebrate Valentine's Day, that's real love, man. We're not give you no flowers. We're not gonna give you no teddy bear. We're not gonna give you a box of chocolate for Valentine's Day. But we will tell you not to celebrate, you understand, the feast of your oppressors, man. You understand? Give me that last verse, verse 42. Bible question.
Khan, verse 42. Their enemies also oppressed them, and they were brought into subjection unto their hand.
You understand? We brought into subjection into into their hand, man. You understand? And this is why we still have no power to come out of the poverty that we in. This is why we don't have no power, you understand, to have a better life than, you understand. Now you have rich black men, of course. You have rich black families. What happened with those families? It's either they follow the oppressor to the teeth, or they get canceled. Look at Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi Goldberg said what? Say the Jewish man is a white man, and he is. But even that got a cancel, man, and they don't even want to hire her. You understand? Meanwhile, she was married to a bunch of Edomite. You understand? But that's not enough. You got to shut up. You understand? That's not enough. You got to be, you understand, the best coon there is. Well, damn that. We rather live in poverty, you understand, and wake up our people and rule when Christ come back. You understand?
Right.
That, you understand? Officer Zabaja, you got it.
Khan, we're right back at it. Right. Salakia, Jamaica. Can Kayadwan, can you get me Amos 5:21, Baba Kasha?
Gun.
right? Just hold it right quick, right? And we're gonna bring this out because ourselves a question: does the Most High love Valentine's Day? Is the Most High giving out roses on Valentine's Day? Does he care about it? Like, what does Valentine's Day mean to the Most High? And why is your pastor telling you can celebrate Valentine's Day? Why is your pastor telling you, listen, we're gonna eat bun and cheese on Easter, and we're gonna fry some fish, right? These are definitely questions that you would want to ask yourself before you go and celebrate any holiday or do anything that the heathen say is okay. This is what the thing is. Excuse me. If the heathens tell you to do it, it most likely goes against the Lord, right? Now we want to find out, does the Most High care for Valentine's Day, this feast that all these oppressors like to celebrate? Ayad 1, can you read Baba Kasha?
Canada one can. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days.
Right. The Most High, he hates Valentine's Day, right? Baba Kasha, read that one more time.
Canada one can. This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days.
Now, the Christian church is going to tell you that the Most High loves everything, right? He just loves. That's all he does. It doesn't matter if you follow him or not. He loves it, right? Because the Christian church is a soft place, right? The Christian church believes that the most, excuse me, French, flag our channel, right? The Christian church and everybody outside of the I.S.U.P.K. believes that the Most High is a bitch, believes that he's soft. He's somebody that you can punk. We're talking about a power that flooded the earth and only left 8 people alive. We're talking, and listen, you're going to tell me, well, how do we know the flood is real? It was over 2,000 years ago. All right, I understand. Well, listen, in 2020, the Most High shut down the earth and he killed in the hundreds of thousands. Right? To a point where just for me to go see my brothers and sisters, I had to go get a vaccine. Right? I wasn't able to leave this country without getting a vaccine. And that's what the Most High does. Right? Now, I'm not saying the Most High is forcing anybody to get a vaccine, but the Most High definitely sent the plagues. Right? Does he like Valentine's Day? He despises our feast days. He don't care about it. It absolutely means nothing to him, right? Sister, you're getting tricked out of your panties left and right, tricked out of your brassieres left and right by some brother who he's gonna sweet talk you, and you know that if your sister for days, you can freestyle that thing, right? You'll freestyle what you want to say to his sister, and you're gonna have her eating out of your hands in about 5 seconds. It only takes 5 seconds, right? But the Most High, he doesn't give a damn about Valentine's Day. It's about a wolf that nursed 2 infant twins. How does a wolf nurse infant twins? Right? This is what you have to ask yourself. Right? Baba Kasha, keep reading.
Silakia, yes, read.
Khan.
Canada one can. And I will not smell in your soul them assemblies.
He doesn't care what you're eating on that day, or if you gather and you think that you're in love. Your relationship is 95% going to end in divorce. Right? Salakia. Well, we know Toronto, we go by the Benjamite culture, right? And most people understand what I mean, right? she has some type of Joe grind out there, right? While you're at work, he's playing in your box, right? He's polluting your box while you're at work, right? And it's a horrible thing, right? And there is a culture that teaches our sisters that, listen, you don't have to have one man for your life. You could have 10. You could have one right now and 2 hours later, right? And that's what the oppressors are teaching our brothers and sisters. The Most High, he hates it. He doesn't give a damn about it, right? There are orgy parties happening on Valentine's Day. Absolute whoredom. Is disgusting. We read earlier in the class how there are 110 million different cases of diseases in the United States alone. Right now, you have to ask yourself, if most of the Valentine's Day is of the Lord, why are you getting AIDS? Why are you getting HIV? Why are you burning and itching right now? Right? Salakia. What do we have next? Baba Kasha. Officer Shah, you want Baba Kasha? Drop the sign out links.
Okay.
Right. And Salakia, Kayadwan, you could bring me. Can you bring me to Leviticus 20 and verse 23? Right, I'm not sure if we brought that one out, but we're gonna bring that one out. Leviticus 20 and 23.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 23. And he shall not walk in the manners of the nation,
right,
which I cast out before you.
No sweat. You're not supposed to walk in the manner of these nations. The Most High cast it out. These nations weren't in the land with you, right? We killed nations to get this land. We're not supposed to walk like them, right? You can see the heathens. The heathens have no flavor. They have no love, right? They think that to a heathen, love means I went and spent $1.50 on you, $1.50 on a sister, and that meant I love her. Now it doesn't matter if I dealt with all her trauma the whole year. When she needed counsel, I was right there. When she needed that shoulder to cry on, I was her strength, right? When this was your rib, you took her as a rib, and when she needed help from you, you were there. You were a good husband to her. February 14th, you did not get a card. You did not get chocolate. You did not get one of the 1,000 teddy bears that she's gotten in her life, and now she hates you, right? We're not supposed to follow these nations. You have men like Fresh and Fit on a podcast, right? Now for Jamaica, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, Fresh and Fit one is a Hamite, one is a Benjamite brother, and they do a podcast, right? But the UPK has the best podcast on YouTube. Just go check us out, right? Commanding General YAHANNA, he's live right now on Blackwatch News on YouTube, right? You can check out blackwatch.news for updated videos. And also, if you want to find more information on a school near you, isupk.com, right? But Fresh and Fit, they're men who run around and tell other men how to get a whore, right? That's the best way to say it. They're not telling men how to get a righteous sister. They can tell you how to get a whore. This is what they won't tell you, right? They won't tell you how to keep a sister, how to keep a righteous sister. They'll tell you, we don't date dark-skinned women. We don't night ride, right? But they're not going to say, this is how you keep a righteous sister. This is how you lead a righteous sister. Yeah, she might have problems, but you can get rid of her. That's what they believe. Right? In this school, we have a rule. And it's a rule that you got to stick with this rule, right? You cannot be a coward. We are no cowards in here. Well, that rule is, if you touch it, you buy it. If you break it, you have to keep it, right? You think you could take that box from that sister? and then just walk away? Because she wants to give you a headache about another woman, right? No, you wanted that sister and you wanted the other one. Well, you have to keep both of them, right? It comes with work. You can keep reading. Kayadwan, you can keep reading when you get it.
Canada one country. Slovakia, which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them.
Right. The Most High hated them. He abhorred them. He didn't like what they did. They were committing sins, out grievous sins. Listen, the Greeks and the Romans, they're known for orgies. In every major city right now, there's a swingers club, right? That's Roman and Greek. Right, Valentine's Day, those swingers clubs will be open and they'll be packed to the door. Right, men will take their ribs and they will give them to another man. Then they'll take that rib home and still sleep with her. Right, after she went and swapped bodily fluids with everything that wasn't nailed down. Right, as we wait, we're going to be ending soon. As we wait, one moment. Officer Shariwan, can you get me Deuteronomy 12 and 30?
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 12 and verse 30. Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them.
Right. So we're in the book of Deuteronomy 12 and verse 30, right? Moses is telling the people to take heed to thyself, right? You got to not Salakia. You have to understand that following these other nations, following people outside of the truth, right? If they're not in the truth and you follow them, you're the blind lead the blind. You're going to be in a ditch, right? And my brother West Coast Natazab, he said the blind lead the blind. That hole's gonna be deep. Slovakia, man. Y'all gotta go listen to some Natazov, man. Like, listen, that brother got bars. He be saying some things, and you're like, wait, did that brother just say, I don't have opinions, I just take orders? And you're like, what the hell did he mean by that? He was telling you what's up in the I.S.U.P.K. Right? You don't want to be snared by these nations, right? Take heed to thyself, that thou be not snared by following them. Who's the them? The other nations. What's the snared? Trapped, right? You don't want to be trapped by these other nations, right? The Valentine's Day is a trap. It keeps you locked into the heathen's culture and away from the culture that the Most High wants. He listen, we think the Most High cares about Salakia. The Roman Church painted babies with wings naked. Officer RDR was talking about that earlier, and they said those are angels. When we read about the angels, when we go into Ezekiel and read about the angels, right, we find out these were beings with 4 faces and 4 wings, and they were scary. Every time someone in our history book seen an angel, they would fall with their face to the ground. Because to see an angel is a scary thing. It's not something sweet and nice, and it's a baby with wings. It's an angel. Good night. That's not what it is. The Christian church is a horrible place. It is a disgusting place. You wonder why there's so much pedophilia running around through this earth. It's because of the Christian church, right? Officer Shariwan, you can keep reading.
After that, they be destroyed from before thee.
Right. You're going to see that these nations are going to be destroyed before thee, right? We're not supposed to follow them. Keep reading.
And that thou
Elijah,
inquire
please.
not after their gods.
Khan, Salakia. Officer RDR. Did someone say something?
So, Salaka priest. I wanted to add, why those babies always have to be naked? Why don't they put like understand that toga, that Roman toga on them? Why they always have their babies butt naked and everything? Salaka.
Right. Why don't babies always got to be naked? Something is wrong in that Roman Catholic Church, right? But you have to remember, this is a holiday about a wolf that was nursing naked babies. Think about what we're talking about. A wolf was in the cave with naked babies, nursing them, and they were drinking wolf milk. Salakia. The tribe of Benjamin is the tribe of the wolf. The tribe of Benjamin, our sign is a wolf. We do not endorse Valentine's Day or Romulus. Right? We do not, Remus and Romulus, we do not endorse that. That has nothing to do with the Bible, nothing to do with the Lord. It's terrible. Right? The best thing you could ever do, right, is teach your children, right? Once you have sex, you're married. Bunnies don't lay eggs. Valentine's Day has nothing to do with the Lord. Do not get tricked out of your panties over some box of chocolate. Listen, the chocolate is disgusting. Have y'all seen Valentine's Day chocolate? Like that is disgusting. It's dry. Listen, you might open the Valentine's Day chocolate. It's supposed to be brown, but it has the white stale spots on it because chocolate goes thick. Right? And Officer Shariwan, you could keep reading. We're about to bring this class to an end very shortly.
Saying, how did these nations serve their gods?
Right. And Slakia, we're not supposed to inquire of these other gods, right? We're not supposed to wonder how did these nations serve their gods. Listen, their gods aren't nothing. You didn't just see India. Salakia, can y'all hear me?
Come.
Like you're not supposed to inquire how these nations serve their gods. You are not supposed to wonder how these nations serve their gods. Didn't you just watch India? Right, Elam, the tribe of Elam were just throwing their gods into the river because they couldn't stop coronavirus. Right? You had some Edomite talk about now coronavirus is gone. Listen, we're not supposed to even worry about how the other nations serve their gods. Who gives a damn? Right? Tell the other nations God to go stop my God's coronavirus. Right? Your God wants to stop. God sent it, and my God has sent the Delta. He sent the Omicron. Listen, there's going to be Omicron 10. There's going to be Delta XYZ. We're not going to be able to do nothing about it. Straight up and down. Right? We don't care how these nations serve their gods because they're dumb idols. They're dogs that don't bark. It's not doing nothing for us. Right? Keep reading.
Even so will I do likewise.
Right? The Most High, He's destroying their gods. Right? He's destroying these nations. We could clearly see it. Slovakia, one moment. We could clearly see the Most High destroying these nations and the other gods, right? And He ultimately does not care about what these other nations do. Right. So with that said, we're going to bring an end to this class. I want to give a very big shout out for Jamaica. They've been tuning in. We've been rocking strong. Wada Jamaica for
Hey,
tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Y'all keep that truth flowing. Y'all keep that truth strong. Right. And soon Canada, we're gonna try to make a trip down there. Right. We're gonna try to make a trip down there and rock out. Anybody have anything else they want to add before we get to the security announcements?
Live, please.
Good. All right. So with that said, I'm Officer 1000.
Salaki, Jamaica, you could say your class and when are your classes, all right?
Repeat, please. Repeat for question.
You could say when your classes are. When do you have classes in Jamaica? For everybody
Oh,
that needs
Sunday,
to follow, that will want to follow.
Sundays 3 to 5, Tuesdays 7 to 9, Wednesdays 7 to 9 p.m.
So water, right? So there you have it. Sunday 3 to 5, Tuesday 7 to 9, Wednesday 7 to 9, ISUPK Jamaica on Facebook, on YouTube. Go check them out. We are I.S.U.P.K. Canada. Our classes are Monday to Tuesday, right? Also on the Quebec page. Well, I'm gonna run down Canada's No Cowards Canada and Officer RDR. You could tell them about Quebec, right? Monday we got the history class taught by myself, 7 p.m. Tuesday, Brotherhood taught by Officer Shariwan, 7 p.m. On Friday, we got the Lashuan Kwadash class, which is 7 p.m. Saturday at 12 p.m. we have the Sabbath service taught by myself, Salakia. Also, we have tonight, every Saturday night, scripture breakdown. We got that's 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Right? Officer RDR, you can run down your classes. And after Officer RDR is done with running down his classes, Officer Shariwan is going to give the security announcements.
For I.S.U.P.K. Quebec, for everybody that speak French out there, for all black, Hispanics, and Native Indian that speak French, and you know that speak French, let them know. I.S.U.P.K. Quebec, we have classes on Monday where we have the episode where actually the New Testament is only for the Israelite in French. Understand? For every Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. And we have the law class as well in French every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Understand? And for those that speak Creole, for all the Levites out there, all the Asians, all my zones, we have classes in Creole for you on I.S.U.P.K. IET. Go check it out. You understand? Run by Officer 5000 Yatazar. You understand? Every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. All right?
And with that said, I'm going to pass the class to Officer 500 Shariwan. Again, I'm Officer 1000 Zabaja. We had Officer 1000 RDR, Officer 500 Shariwan, I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica, and Trooper Baraki Allah with us. Shalom.
I'm on sign, Chris. Let's clap it up. These are the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to show themselves with the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. Ma'asher means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of Purim coming up on the 14th of February. All right, I believe that's this Monday coming up. To any brothers that want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, headbands, pants, headband, and scarf. With that said, men of Israel, Imajim. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer, and then we'll salute out. Sarpanyah HaKwadam, which means turn and face the east. Abanawa.
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 Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malakwath.
Malakwath Ka.
Tabaha. Ratazakah.
Ratazakah.
Hayah.
Hayah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Baratazah.
Baratazah. Kuwa.
Hayah. Bashamayam.
Hayah. Bashamayam.
Nathan Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Lakam.
Lakam.
Ka.
Ka.
Yawam. Wasalak Lanawa.
Wasalak Lanawa.
Kawath Nawa.
Kawath Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kasalak Nawa.
Kawathi Nawa.
Kawathi Nawa. Wala.
Tabiyah Nawa.
Tabiyah Nawa.
Banasai one.
Banasai one. A ball.
Hawashai Nawa.
Hawashai Nawa.
Mayan.
Mayan. Ra. Kaya.
Lakah. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahatha Parath.
I will love you.
Aman.
In English, what we just read. Our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth.
Thy will be done in earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
Lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
But deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
And the power.
And the power.
And the glory.
And the glory.
So be it. Forever so be it.
Forever so be it. Men of Israel, Sar, which means turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat. Imajim. Barak. Yahba Shim Shagrak. Yad Yamatah. Sar, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat. Imajim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar Alathan Bashim Yad Yamatah, which means hands down, class dismissed.